Good day. Welcome to the 4th March Against Monsanto, YEG, Edmonton. Thank you very much for everybody participating. Thank you. It's welcoming to see. When we do this here, we are in solidarity with each other, but we're in solidarity with everybody in the world that has taken the time out to make their presence known. But more importantly than making your presence known here, it's making your presence known not only with the government, but also with your dollar. Where you spend this dollar is very important. It's the most important thing that Monsanto wants. Monsanto wants this from your wallet. The only way to kill them, to bring them to their knees, is to deny them this. Tell them that you're not going to take food that is GMO'd. That means meat. Meat is all GMO'd unless it's certified organic, because it's the lowest priced corn or grain out there. And therefore all meat that McDonald's uses, it might be 100% prime A Alberta meat, but it's GMO meat. And do you want GMO meat in your food? Or GMOs in your meat? No. Yeah, I don't. So deny them this money. Start the chain reaction. Send it up the chain saying you will not spend your money on GMO food or organic food. A little self-serving there. So it's very important that you, every time you get a choice, not to support it, because when you support it, they don't care what you do on the streets. They're getting your money. Deny them the money and you will bring them to the end.
Today, this is my offering. Buzz, buzz for the bees, bring Monsanto to its knees. Buzz, buzz for the bees, bring Monsanto to its knees. Buzz, buzz for the bees, bring Monsanto to its knees. Buzz, buzz for the bees, bring Monsanto to its knees. Buzz, buzz for the bees, bring Monsanto to its knees. Buzz, buzz for the bees, bring Monsanto to its knees. Buzz, buzz for the bees, bring Monsanto to its knees. Thank you.
So the topic I have is not always a fun one to speak about, but I think it's really, really important. So I'm just going to do an overview of some things. I think some of you know, but in case you don't. So pesticides encompasses insecticides, herbicides, fungicides. Basically it means biocide. Side means to kill. Pesticide Free Edmonton is a grassroots organization consisting of volunteers who wish to reduce the load of toxins we are exposed to and in our environment. Lately in the media, you might have heard about a class of insecticides called neonicotinoids. Neonics, which have been implicated in the serious decline of bees, especially in Ontario, but really all across, across the globe actually. Beekeepers take this so seriously in Ontario, they have initiated a $450 million lawsuit against Bayer and Syngenta. Do you think maybe they know something? An international panel of 50 independent scientists reviewed 800 peer-reviewed studies and say this pesticide should be phased out. This insecticide is 5,000 to 10,000 times more toxic than DDT. It persists for months and even years. It kills all insects. It is also killing birds. It is a potent neurotoxin and it affects us as well. The Environmental Protection Agency says published data indicate that in most cases there is no difference in soybean yield when soybean seed was treated with neonicotinoids versus not receiving insect control treatment. This is like you or me taking antibiotics every day to prevent disease. These treatments are getting into the water. This is used on corn, canola, flowering plants from greenhouses, and even on lawns. A local greenhouse owner from here in Edmonton says he does not need to use this and uses ladybugs to control insects. Many greenhouses have enough treatment, which is most likely used supplying the city and most retailers in our city to kill bees. The European Union has banned this insecticide worldwide. Our government, though, is relying on the industry to investigate this further. Bees are insects, and this is an insecticide. Bees are extremely important to our food supply and to our economy. We have no bylaws here anywhere in Alberta to regulate the use of pesticides except for the little village of Grandview on Pigeon Lake. One thing that should raise a real large red flag for people is in a city meeting recently, the landscaping director of Alberta said that pesticides are registered using third-party independent studies. This is incorrect, and I can prove this to you if you want to see it. I have a letter from Health Canada that states that the industry provides the studies used to register products. Health Canada does not have one single laboratory of its own. You are at the mercy of an industry that has proven over and over again its disregard for human health and the environment. Rallies are great, but if you go home without the intention of participating in making change, I am sorry to say you're a part of this problem. We are what drives this wheel. You have many choices, and what you do will determine your future and the health of our economy in our country. You have a great deal of power. You can use this power every day in what you buy and what you eat. This is your health. It will matter to you if you develop cancer, and right now the rates of cancer are 45% of all men and 41% of all Canadian women will develop cancer. How you spend your money is one thing, but it's not enough. We don't have a democracy anymore because we no longer participate in that democracy. Industry is dictating how we live. If you want that to change, you must help me and others. You need to educate yourself about the science. I can help you with that. I'll share my email with you, our pesticide-free Alberta now. If you want to share that science with others, then you need to pressure those in health and public office to see the need to make those changes, because they don't see them yet. Join our group or do this independently, but please make the effort. Don't just leave here. Have a good time, but don't forget, it's up to us. The clock is really ticking, okay?
Beautiful, Cheryl.
Who here remembers algebra from high school? I know it's a bad memory, but okay. Our bodies are like an equation. It's like a mathematical equation. It's used to thousands of years of eating certain foods that have a certain chemical profile, certain molecular structure. Our enzymes, everything in them are based on a certain sequence of events that go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you start introducing, analogous type structures into the DNA sequence, the body goes, okay, 1, 2, and basically it's like stuttering. This creates an immune response, which we are seeing in a lot of our kids, a lot of ourselves with the increase of colitis, IBS, chronic fatigue, and it is creating this type of domino effect in our body that is just alien to it. And ironically, if you take these foods out of your system, everything starts to revert back to normal. So you can do this with yourself. You don't need a lab. You don't need to really, it's like they say they have this challenge. It's the GMO Project Challenge. What you do is you just go organic for just 30 days and see if there's a difference. Well, the proof's always been in the pudding, right? So what I was getting at the beginning there is when you introduce something that is alien to the body has a problem breaking it down. It's kind of like if you're allergic to coconut and you eat coconut, it creates inflammation in the intestinal system. Well, your intestines are the very core, it's 2/3 of your immune system. And it also is what breaks down every single molecule in your food to break down, get into your body to help rebuild your body and to help it function properly. So if you start adding things to it that are not right for it, it creates a negative feedback loop, and it actually accumulates. So I'm just going to cut it there. Like I said, to me, this has always just been about logic. Kimberly's going to come up here and talk from a month's perspective, from my understanding. If you have any questions or you want something to go a little deeper, you want to talk a little bit more scientific, I'm at the Albertans for Food Safety panel there that keeps on blowing down the wind. And yeah, there you go. And please come by, ask. Thanks.
I'm here today to stand united with you all because I am tired. I am tired of demanding the basic right to know what is in my food. I'm tired of having to be a detective with every single item that I pick up in the grocery store. I'm tired of dreading every social function and holiday because of the questionable ingredients that may be hiding in the food that is served there. I'm tired of begging people not to feed my children crap. I'm tired of telling my 3-year-old that she cannot have the treats that all the other kids are eating because they will make her sick. I'm also tired of Health Canada and our government telling us that the pesticide-laden food is substantially equivalent to its non-GMO organic counterparts. Finally, I'm tired of being told that there are no scientific studies to prove that GMOs are unsafe for human consumption, when here in North America, we are the study, and we are among the sickest people in the world. Don Huber, an award-winning international scientist and professor, has cautioned us regarding the dangers of GMOs and Roundup. In his words, we've pretty much sacrificed an entire generation of children. The longer we go, the more damage that is going to accumulate. Another senior research scientist, Dr. Stephanie Seneff, refers to glyphosate as the most important factor in the development of multiple chronic diseases and conditions that have become prevalent in westernized societies, including but not limited to autism, gastrointestinal disease, obesity, allergies, cardiovascular disease, depression, cancer, infertility, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, ALS, and many, many more. So what can we do about our broken food system? Well, so I've been told we still live in a democracy, but we only live in a democracy if we use our voice. So therefore, what I'm going to encourage every single one of you here today to do is to talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, talk to the people in the grocery store. I also ask you all to contact your provincial MLA and ask for legislation to restrict the usage of glyphosate, neonics, 2,4-D, dicamba, and GMOs. These poisons have absolutely no place in our green spaces, our parks, our lawns, our sports fields, our farmlands, and definitely not in our foods. Thank you all again for coming out today.